session, and I invited Dominika to join me to share something about family constellation because it really helped me. And I think she's an amazing woman with a great talent, and she really helped me um, with her work. And I would love to share this work with you, everybody who's going to watch, who's going to be interested, what she's doing. And let's just dive in, Domi.
Okay, let's get started.
So this live is going to be probably around like half an hour. So make yourself a tea, water, get yourself comfortable, and if you want to share, if you want to start sharing who you are and what you do.
Okay, so let's start maybe explain a little bit what is family constellation, because not everyone heard about it. So as you know, every one of us was born into the family system, and not only our parents or siblings or grandparents, but it goes generations and generations back. And these hidden family dynamics can affect our nowadays life. So, for example, if there was a war, if somebody died in the war, or if there were some miscarriages, big traumas our ancestor went through, but they didn't process, the family system, the field, holds this information, holds this stuck emotion, and they can affect us. They can be hidden loyalties to our parents or to the ancestors who weren't talked about. So we uncover this. We heal that stuck patterns, stuck emotions, and then life can easily flow. So you can imagine it like some knot in the system, like something is there. And when we see it, it goes away, and we honor the ancestors, and everybody takes their own place.
Can you explain maybe for some people who doesn't know what is actually the system, like what it can be, like the system, like how it shows up in the system?
Yeah, so in the system, it's us, our parents, because we are 50-50 of them. So it's our parents. If we have siblings, everybody has his own place. So me, for example, as the oldest child, so I'm the first one. Then the middle, the younger siblings. Yes, so everybody has the place. Also the grandparents, grandparents. And for example, if somebody wasn't talked about, like let's say somebody was alcoholic in the system, and the family members weren't talking about him. So me, for example, or my kid, when we'll be born, it can take this loyalty to that family member. And for example, he can have the issues with alcohol. You don't even know about it, but there is this strong loyalty because this family system is like the energetic system, energetic field. Yes. So it can affect us in this way.
So it shows up in behaviors.
Yes, in behaviors, in the situations we are going through in the life, some repeating situations, for example, like I can't, for example, attract the right partner. It can be connected to the point that I'm loyal, for example, to my mom who got divorced to my father. Yes.
Because you feel like you live their life, you honor them.
Yes, exactly.
Because if they weren't happy, how can you be happy?
Yes, exactly.
That's super interesting. Okay. Yeah. What was your turning point? Like, what brought you to Family Constellation? Why did you choose to do this?
Yeah, it was a few years ago. I heard about it. Actually, it was a funny story because it was still when I was together with my ex-boyfriend. And I was having, let's say, this dream life when I was working as a cabin crew. I finally got the job. We were traveling a lot. I had a really nice partner. The money was flowing, but my biggest fear and my biggest enemy was my mind because I was the biggest overthinker.
Okay.
And I couldn't enjoy what I had. And I had a big blockage in communication, not with the friends, with the women, but with the guys and with my partner back then. And he was really supportive. And he told me, because he was having session with psychologist, and he told me like, oh, you should go. And I was like, how can I express myself to the woman or to the man? I don't know, when I can't tell you, when you are my best friend. And he also told me about Family Constellation, that one of her friends is doing it. And I was like, no, I can't. I can't go to the group session and share my insecurities with this woman and with other 10 people, It was, for me, it was terrible. It was stressful. And I was like, no, I can't. And then we broke up 2 years later. And 1 year later, when I was already single, I found it. I don't know if it was on Instagram or on Facebook, the Family Constellation. I was like, okay, maybe I will try it. So it took me more than 3 years to, first I heard about it, but it took me more than 3 years to go for my first session. And I went to one-on-one because back then I was really like shy and I needed one-on-one treatment, and it was so powerful. And I'm so glad that I did. Yeah.
Would you like to share? I know this is like, especially if you don't want to share, but like, how did it help you? Maybe like what changed with you?
Oh, yeah, I have to share because it was so mind-blowing. Because previously I went, for example, for regression therapy. So we went to the childhood, we went, I understood why things happening, but we went exactly to the point why the things were happening in my life. So I brought the topic that I would like to meet the partner because I was single, and Family Constellations go like this. So it was one-on-one together. It wasn't online. It was in person. And she had these wooden figurines and the rocks. And I was supposed to choose for myself, for my parent, for my parents, and for my siblings as well. Then I had to choose the rock for this block, which was blocking me to attract the right partner for me. So it was me. I was concentrating on my siblings. So all my energy was going to the siblings. As I told you, I'm the oldest one. Then there was my mom, but she was looking totally different way. And then I put this block next to, like, in front of her. And I didn't know what's going on. And then there was my father. He saw all of us, but he was really far away. So it explained that he was there in the family, but he was like emotionally unavailable. And then this block. And this facilitator asked me if my mom had a miscarriage. And I was like, yeah, she had, because I'm the oldest one. And when I was 3 years old, she had the miscarriage in 5th month.
Okay.
And she was like, yeah, so this is the block why you can't attract the partner, because this unprocessed trauma of my mom, when she lost the baby, it was affecting her. She couldn't, she was there with us. Yeah, of course, she was taking care of us, but emotionally, she was also like unavailable because she was concentrating all her grief and all her energy to that unborn baby. And this unborn baby, I know she mentioned me this when I was 15, but we never talk about this baby, And after this facilitator used these healing sentences, and this baby wasn't in the system because we didn't talk about it. So at the end of the session, it was me, then this unborn baby, then my sister, and then my brother. And also it was nicely shown that, yeah, when I was a teenager, I had to take care of my, siblings. I had to pick them up from school, cook for them, because all my energy was on them. And then facilitator told me, okay, put this guy there, choose the rock or figurine and put it in the system. And it was really near me, but it was facing the other way as well. And then she asked me if my relationships were long distance. And I was like, yes, all of them. Because when I was working as a cabin crew, I was always away. Even I was living with my ex-boyfriend, but I was always away, just a few days together. Then another boyfriend was from another country. Another one was studying in a different city. So it was all the time like this. That was like mind blown. Like, how can you read this from these rocks, And she explained that it's my subconscious mind. It's in my system. So when I pick it, something higher, let's say your higher self, guides you how to distribute those figurines, because it's in you, and based on this you are attracting either partners, either the jobs, either the money, the clients in the business. Everything is in you and in your system. And I was just mind blown when I experienced this.
That is crazy. So you're saying like these little rocks, these little figurines were the representation of your family members.
Yes,
That's so powerful.
exactly.
And your
Yeah,
subconscious was just guiding you how to put them in a relationship. That is
exactly. And it was mind blowing for me. And from that time, I just fell in love with the family constellation. I went for group sessions as well.
okay.
I met amazing people through it, friends I still have. So it's great. And last year I finally got the courage. It also took me a lot of sessions, with visibility, with responsibility, taking responsibility to go. Because when you are starting your own business, as you know,
Yes.
as well as numerologists and helping women, there are some hidden patterns. They are shaping your fears, or, it's affecting you. And you can maybe tell and share, because you had a few sessions with me. How did it go for you? What you felt after or during the session, and what changed after?
Well, I definitely had to try Family Constellation. When you told me about it first when we met, I didn't have any idea like what it is, and I heard about it, but I like, like sometimes people feel like if they don't have a family problems, they don't think the family constellations are for them.
Yeah,
But as you said, the it's just the name, but it can go so much deeper, like in a business and the finances, in any area of your life.
exactly.
So lots of people think like, oh, but my family's fine, I have a great relationship, but those limiting beliefs, those unprocessed, like you said, abortions, alcoholics, not speaking about it, that everything lives within us. And for me, your session was, as you know, about my family, where I was married I am married still, but I have not changed my name.
Yeah,
That was like when we had the session, I noticed like, man, I am still trying to be loyal to my family and their dynamics. And that's why, like, I think it was my business or something we were looking into where it wasn't thriving, and I felt stuck and I didn't know what to do. And I felt like I have this new life, I have this new marriage, new country, but I felt like kind of like still pushing back, and I didn't know where the energy is coming from. It was somewhere stored in my body. I remember I told you, like, I feel like I have just like
yes,
energy store here, and I don't know what it is, but I know it's holding me back. And through your family constellation, we came to the point like, hey, you are married, you have this new life, but you're still carrying energy and the name of your family. And it was such a turning point where I took a huge action, and I went to my country and I changed my name. And since that point, like, everything shifted. And I have to say, when I was changing my name, my dad was so resentful towards to it. Like, he didn't want me to change the name. Like, he felt like, don't, like, why you need your new documents? Why, if you change your name, that means you are not gonna be a title to our house. This is like a safety. And I felt like, oh my God, yes, this is what I was doing. I was playing safe the whole time, that I still have a safe space to come home. It was very interesting, and it was a huge grieving process, I have to say, like me leaving that name and leaving that idea of home and family and being loyal to them.
hmm
Even though we don't have a good relationship, I was just trying to be them for them and support them in some way. And as soon as I changed it, I cried for 3 days. I was like so depressed. And then I got suddenly like a fresh wave hit me. And all this blockage went away. And I was like, oh my God, this is my new life. I don't owe them. I don't owe them anything. Like, let's just be separate. It's just such a better feeling. And like you said, it's all like these energy knots that we are attached somewhere.
hmm
And those are like little things, like changing a name, but then you see subconsciously it's all about being loyal to your family, and you have to live life like they do because that's what they taught you, you know?
Exactly. We were taught, to have this conditional love, like you will do this and then I will love you. So yeah, these hidden loyalties, It's almost in every constellation I have with clients, because we were raised like this, And when we think like, okay, if I start to live my life, or if I change my name, then I will, I will leave my family, and what then? And your parents can feel it as well as your dad. And also when I was changing the permanent address as well, I had it in my parents' place, and when I was changing it, like, they were acting like, but why are you doing this? But you can have it, we know that you don't live here, but why? So they can feel it energetically that something is going on, like that you are cutting these cords, between them, and you are becoming your new version and adult, because to be adult, it means you are responsible. So they can feel it. Yeah.
It really feels like a cutting a cord.
Yeah.
With your family, and the both sides feel that, and it's hard to let it go, especially when you're growing up, or like you're changing your life and you were like, they are not part of it anymore.
Mm-hmm.
It's a scary process, because you also lose a part of yourself.
Yeah.
That is truly like you're losing a half of yourself, your identity, which is like very scary to me. And this is where I was like, what happened to me when I changed that name was like, I felt like, who am I now?
Mm-hmm.
Like,
Yeah, because the old version left, and now,
and now,
yeah, it can.
and I'm like, and I feel like that was also a moment where I truly 100% choose a name of my husband, carrying his name for our future.
Yeah,
So it's like I committed fully to the new life, a new family that I want to build myself, and that was like
exactly.
that commitment was like transformational. So it
And
was
that's the point. Yes, I'm so glad that it happened for you.
yeah, and it was thanks to you. I mean, it was fantastic.
Thank you.
So yeah, what would you say, like, what people are like, what are the patterns you see the most often in people? What do you think, like, they choose family constellations for?
Yeah, so as we told with the relationship, there is always parents, because when you come for the first constellation, you always choose yourself, and then you choose mom and dad, because you are, created by them. So you always have 50-50 in your system, their patterns, their thinking, their way of thinking. So it's in you. Yeah, so usually women are attracting unavailable partners, or they can attract the partner. So there are loyalties to, usually when parents were divorced, or the mom was unhappy in the marriage. So they take this loyalty to them, that, okay, you were unhappy, so I won't be either. So I will be struggling. And it's not only for the relationship, if, for example, somebody in the family system were having businesses and lost everything, like they lost the money, they lost the houses. It happened in the past, also in this political era, like when the state came and took all the, belongings. So there can be the loyalty, like, okay, you were struggling financially, I won't be now. I can attract the clients, for example, when I'm starting the business and my business doesn't work. Also in the health, like, for example, this alcoholism. If somebody, like, let's say uncle, like 3 generations ago, was an alcoholic, because he was having, let's say, trauma from the war, you could be drinking and you don't know why. Like, logically you say, I don't have any problems, I didn't have any trauma when I was a kid. But if he was hidden, nobody talked about him, you can take his place in the system, because this place is missing, so you take it.
That is like so crazy how we feel energetically attached to our family, and
Yes.
it's like really like subconsciously super hidden. What would be, I have a questions for you. What's the most transformative or surprising outcome you witnessed through this work with some client? Do you have like something that you can share, like how you I mean,
not with the client, but when I was, for example, when I was playing the role in the family before my training. So this was the topic where the woman couldn't get pregnant. Okay. So she chose other, because it was a group session. Yes. And she chose herself, the parents, this block. Why? And I was this unborn kid, the soul of this unborn kid. So I was just sitting. I remember the feeling still because it was so powerful. I was sitting in the corner. I couldn't even look at her. I was just waiting, and I was like, I don't have energy, or I don't have this urge to go there. And then when we opened the field and we saw the story behind it, why it happened generations ago. And this is the most powerful one because you don't need to know when exactly it happened. You just have to know the story and then release this really powerful and heavy grief, behind it because it was unprocessed. And in the system of this lady, few generations ago, there was the story where her ancestor has 2 kids. It was in the village. They were walking around. There was the river running through, and the younger kid fell in the river and died.
Oh no.
Yes. So there was the, death of the young kid in the system, and her processed grief, like she was concentrating all her energy on this. But this grief and pain, she couldn't even look at another kid and also to the life, So me as this unborn kid, I couldn't connect. I couldn't even look at her as well. And she didn't see me because this pain was blocking us. We couldn't connect. So then the facilitators, you say these healing sentences, the words, all the pain has to go away. And then after it's processed, you can look at each other and you can connect. Actually, there can be the connection. So for me, it was so powerful, that these kind of stories are happening, and you never know what is in your system until you experience it in the family constellation. So for me, it's just wow, and that's why I love it.
What would you say, like when people come to you, like when they are like low, when they like what do you think people makes come for family constellation?
I guess it's the feeling that I tried everything and I don't know, like why I'm attracting, why I still have the same partner all over again. I break up and again, same partner. Like I had, for example, I had no idea that why I'm attracting the long distance partner, I thought, okay, maybe that's the lifestyle because I'm a cabin crew. So, okay, yes, that's the part of my life that I'm traveling and I'm away. But before it was always like this, that this partner was there and wasn't at the same time. Or if you are doing the business and you are doing everything, you are posting, but you can't attract the clients. So there has to be something in the family system which is blocking it. So, yeah.
So what would you say if somebody feels skeptical about this type of work, who doesn't really believe in these kind of things, and what would you say to these people, how you can?
I think I wouldn't persuade them because, as I told you, it takes time. Like when you are ready, you are ready, and you know it. Like I need it now. I heard about it and I couldn't imagine myself because I told you I was so shy. It gave me, like I started to shake. Like I can't go and talk about my issues. So I think sometimes it takes time to be ready for it. Now, if you are listening to it, to our talk, maybe you are, or if not, just it will take more time, to be ready. But nowadays we are so lucky because we have so many options. If you want to change something about your life, you don't have to go to family constellation. You can try any other options, like so many, the ones our parents couldn't do because there weren't options back then. So we are really lucky. Yeah.
This is true. And I feel like you're hitting the spot where people are like really have to experience something really bad till they choose, they have to hit that rock bottom where they choose like, okay, it's time to do something in my life.
Yes.
And this is like such a sad story because we all waiting for that dark time that pull us up, and we have to like choose what we're gonna do right now. And it will be nice if people kind of wake up and not waiting for that dark moment, and they go with
Yeah.
the every day. They discover something new, they learn something new, or like, you know, like you don't have to hit the rock bottom to start your healing journey. You know, you can
Yeah.
start curiosity. And I feel like lots of people are also skeptical and nervous about these things. And it's like family constellation, numerology. It's like, what is all this? I mean, I would say give it a chance, and you will see, you know. So
Yeah,
it's
that's
cool.
true. But you can't push the people, when they are ready, it will come to them what they need to hear and what they need to change.
And this is bringing me exactly to another question that I have. Like, what advice would you give someone who wants to explore their own family patterns but doesn't know where to start?
Mm. Actually, I created this workbook and affirmation on my Instagram, Constellations with Domi, and they can check it out. Or right now, I will share this powerful experience or exercise they can do at home. So you can create your family tree. So put your name, parents. If you have siblings, put their grandparents, grandparents. And next to each square or bubble, write down anything they went through, like if somebody was alcoholic, if there were miscarriages, if any of these family members were divorced, if somebody was fighting in the war, because for sure there was a trauma. Anything comes to your mind that can be affecting your system, just write down there. Take your time and then ask yourself if there is somebody you are loyal to, if some of these stories resonates with you, that you can be repeating these patterns. And that can be the starting point for you, that you will see, okay, that may be it. Like, I may be repeating this as this family member.
It's literally like becoming aware of what's going on in your family and how people live. And I think like the awareness is like the key to start your healing journey.
Yes.
I love
Because
that.
usually you don't talk, I don't know about your family, but when I was a teenager or then older, I never talk about for example, with my grandparents, how their lives were, or my parents, like how their childhood was. Now I'm curious because I'm working with this, but you don't go deep.
No, and this is what I want to say too, that you open up such a huge different world with me, because yes, we had a session, but I am hungry for knowledge, and I'm hungry of like, okay, so now I understand how it works. I need to learn more about it. And I remember I called my grandmother, and I asked her like, hey, so tell me something about our family. And then she started telling me a story like, well, I was an orphan. My mom died when I was 10. And I was like, what? Like,
Wow.
and here we go, like the feeling of abandonment. uh,
Exactly. That's the
it,
big one.
it's a huge, and I got goosebumps just talking about it, because of course I have a fear of abandonment. And now actually now it makes sense thinking about it, how she may felt, how the other people had to feel, and how she's attached to her sons, and how she won't
Hmm.
let go, and she's super controlling. And now it just like blew my mind, where when you know these things, it's opened up such a compassion for you too.
Yes.
And it's not like, oh my god, uh it really opened up compassion to your family members.
Hmm.
And I think that's like a huge, like, forgiveness, compassion, kindness, whole different, like, you can change your whole relationship with your family.
Exactly. Compassion is the word. Like when I experienced my first sessions, I just finally understood why my parents were the way they were, because other people were playing their roles in the constellation. And I was like, oh my god! I was just crying, to see how humble they were and how much trauma they had as well. So this was really, really powerful. Yeah.
It is really healing to understand
Hmm.
why people do things, and
Yes.
understand like how you can be different too. And it's really a truly a healing experience.
Hmm. Yeah, and
So
family constellation takes you exactly where it started and gives you the answer and explaining why it's happening. So you don't have to repeat it again.
exactly, I love that. um I'm going to ask you the last question because we are hitting half an hour.
Yes.
Where do you see family constellation evolving? Are there new direction or integration with other therapies that excites you? You think like you can combine something with family constellations too?
Like my personal journey, I like to, well, last time I combined it with your tarot reading and numerology, and it just gave me the powerful insight and this background. Like I understood why the things are happening to me. Because yes, in family constellation, I had so many, so I know the patterns, but now, like, why is it happening again? And it gave me this new light. For example, 2 months or 3 months ago, I was living in Porto, and I lost my job as a cabin crew. My contract for accommodation was also finishing in August, so everything was coming to an end, and I was like, "Whoa, whoa, what's happening?" And then I realized when you sent me this numerological background that I'm in the vibration number 9, which is ending, and I was like, "Okay, now I understand." So it gives you more like calm, like, okay, now I'm going through this, is the part of my process, part of my journey. So it really helped me. It really helped me. And as I told you, there are so many options now. I tried everything at the beginning of my journey. So whatever feels like for you right now, that it can help you, go for it for sure, and just try it. Yeah.
That's exactly what I would say. Like we are all different. We all like different approaches to,
Yes.
and somebody starts super gentle, somebody starts with yoga, then
Yeah,
there's
that was my journey. Yes, I started with yoga and affirmations and gratitude, and it was amazing because it changed my life. And then you go either deeper or you want to explore, you want to study. I'm a big student. I love to study. I love to read the books. So yes, it's part of my journey. But what about you? Because you are a numerologist, tarot reading, you do also, I had tried also craniosacral therapy back then. Um, how did it change maybe your view when you tried constellation? Like, was it something new as you knew before, or?
Oh, of course, it's every time, like I believe like healings comes in like a levels. So
Yeah.
it's like open up a door and there is something, you play with it, and you open up another door, and it's like always a layers, always a levels. And I've been doing numerology for like so many years now, but like the family constellation was like, numerology gives you more guidance in the present and towards like the future. And of course, the numerology, we can go in the past. And now I do destiny metrics, which is like
Mm-hmm.
a lot of karmic relationship with your family. But a family constellation is great because you literally can see the past and your limiting beliefs. And you can kind of see that in numerology, but I would say the family constellation has like so much more impact to that,
Mm-hmm.
because you are, like you say, you're playing these scenarios and the healing happens in instant. Rather in numerology takes time to like process stuff. You have to think about it yourself.
Yeah.
And this is why I wanted to invite you, because I think like when you combined also these two things, it's like so powerful, where you go deep, you understand, and then you know where to take off and what guidance, what next level you can take. So I thought it's like really cool combination too.
Yeah,
That's why.
it was for me. It was the great combination. I'm so glad that I met you. Actually, we met in Madrid in March, this March, where we went for this millionaire mindset intensive program, 3 days. We were just two Slovak girls there.
I
So
I knew
so
like
glad that we met.
exactly. And when you raise hand like you're from Slovakia, I was like, I gotta talk to that.
Yes, I remember this pointing finger.
I always like, I got you, girl. I gotta talk to you. We got so much to share. And
Yeah.
it's because I remember when I came to you and we had this network, and I asked what you do, and you said family constellation. I was like, man, I want to learn. I heard about so much about it. I want to have session, and you asked me what I do, and I said I do numerology, and you were like, oh my god, I really want to do the numerology, which is
Yeah, we found each other
it
at
was
the
a
good timing.
divine timing. Yes, so I love it. I love to have you here. I think we are 36 minutes. Thank you so much, Domi, for sharing.
Thank you very much for having me. It was so much fun.
It was really fun. I wish to do this more
And it
often.
was fun in English because usually we talk in Slovak when we are having sessions. So it was a nice change to
Yes, if you
have it
don't
in English.
share a last thing, like invite your people to work with you, please. Like, are you have any workshop coming up? What is your one-on-one? Like, feel free to share, invite people to your circle.
Sure, thank you. So on Instagram, I have, as I told you already, I mentioned this workbook and affirmation is just for a few euros, 14 euros. It's like healing bundle where I created, there is also a free meditation for releasing old family patterns. So you can listen to it for free. And if you want to explore more, you can just send me a message, or if you still have questions, I'm having this free discovery call. You can just send me a message, or there is a link for this discovery call. So you just click on the calendar and choose the right time for you. And I will be preparing this Awaken Your Queen Within. It's like 12-week program where we go deep. Every week we are facilitating the constellations to any area of your life you are going through, either relationships, health, money issues, your business. And this was specifically for the women, but also I will be creating, we were just talking about it with Laura before the start, that it also be for the guys and maybe specifically for the business. So if you are the businessman or businesswoman, you are starting your business, you want to create something, but you are feeling stuck. You want to attract more clients, more money. So we will be concentrating on this. So stay tuned.
I think it's very important nowadays to involve men in this world.
Yes.
I know, like, we women are amazing creatures, and we would like to go deep, and we want to heal, and we want to be better. But it's nice to give a space for a masculine energy to embrace this type of things.
Yes, exactly. That's funny thing, because I realized when I launched this Awaken Your Queen Within, and after that I got 2 messages from 2 guys that they would like to have one-on-one session. And I was like, okay, wow. So the guys are also interested in this work. So yes, I will prepare something for you guys as well.
I think it's very important because, like, we also starting this next year, which in numerology we're gonna be number 1, where the consciousness is elevating and the male is opening to healing, and they know, like, like it's time for change, and women's are going forward while the masculine is like kind of starting to be left behind. So it's gonna be a whole different world next year. So I'm very excited about it. So
Looking forward to it.
Part of it. Yes, let's be part of it. Let's make it right. Okay, Domi, well, thank you so much for this.
Thank you so much, Lara, for having me. It was fun.
It was fun. Thank you for, if anybody watched, thank you so much. Any comments? All good. We are good to go. Thank you, Domi.
Great. Thank you. Bye-bye.